Slayer guitarist Gary Holt is touring the country and playing a guitar painted with his own blood by artist Vince Castiglia. But he still has time to keep his eyes and ears out on this year's political races. So what are his thoughts?
I think it's kind of scary, frightening. Donald Trump's the likely Republican nominee, and you can't believe anything he says because he's a serial liar. But it's what are we going to do? I mean, the Republican Party doesn't want him to win the nomination because it's going to be the death knell for the Republicans in the House and this, in Congress and everywhere for like years to come. I mean, people might think some of the things he says, but you can't have a president calling Rosie O'Donnell a fat bitch. It's like, it's like, dude, do you even hear yourself? But there's, he won't even like condemn David Duke's, support. He pretended he doesn't know who he is. I'm a fucking headbanger who's done more drugs before getting sober than most people have ever seen on TV. And I've been drinking since I was 17, although in recent years, but much less. And I know who the is, all right? Donald Trump, you're running for president and don't know who the former Grand Master of the KKK is, all right? I mean, that was your moment, Donald Trump, to say, to condemn the man, basically. But you pretended you were just ignorant of who he was, and because you don't want to with that vote. There are some hillbillies out there who you want voting for you. I'm sure that band Screwdriver will let him use some of their songs. White supremacist rock, But, it's like, look, I mean, the bottom line is I'm in many ways a Republican. I just wish they could put a candidate up there who wasn't walked around on a leash by the Christian evangelicals, because they're the death of the conservative movement anyway. And if they just stay out of women's wombs, it's like, and just actually concentrate on running a country and not, being beholden to those people, I would vote Republican in a second. I know people, including like my own band members in Exodus, who you might not agree with them, but I'd love to see some uptight, metal hating, I know everything about politics who'd go up against Jack Gibson in an argument. It might come to a draw. It's a debate. Like if you disagree with him, you're not going to win, but he knows his facts, and we're not all idiots. We actually do know what's going on in the world around us. Out of everybody we got now, I guess I'd put on a blindfold and throw a dart and see if I hit Bernie Sanders or Hillary Clinton. I'd say Bernie, but my tour manager said he looks like that wacky professor in college or something. I don't know how well that'll look in a presidential portrait in the White House, so I don't know. And Hillary's she's just seems a lot of baggage attached to her lately with the email scandal and everything, but definitely not Cruz, Rubio, or Trump, I mean, there's got to be a Republican out there who walks in and says, F you to the evangelicals. I don't give a about Roe versus Wade. Let's just work on the economy, our security, and just try to turn this thing around, and then I'd vote Republican in a second, but it's an impossibility right now because they won't even sniff a nomination without having all those people, pulling the strings,